Pink Phoenix Power! Woo!
Hi, my name is Deandra Ellerbe, and I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in January of 2007. You might think the worst part about having breast cancer was the double mastectomy, or the 3 months of chemo, or being put into premature menopause. But for me, the worst part came after. It was living with the knowledge that I'll never know for sure if the cancer is completely gone. When this constant uncertainty began to turn into constant fear, I knew I needed help and a little perspective. So I decided to talk to other breast cancer survivors, namely my teammates on Pink Phoenix. This is Meg, one of the newest members of Pink Phoenix. She was diagnosed in 2008 and she's 34 years old.
Yes, I definitely think about recurrence. I feel like if it's hard to walk away from the fight, it's hard to turn and go and try to find some sort of normalcy in my life again, not knowing if it's just gonna come up and get me when I turn around. So I definitely think about recurrence.
Meg is new to our team, and I wondered if she had realized when she joined that she'd be around women who were dealing with breast cancer recurrences.
The idea of knowing women that would end up with recurrence and possibly dying from it, it didn't even dawn on me. The first time I thought about it was during a planning session, or talking about the celebration of life that Pink Phoenix has for women on the team who have died, and it freaked me out. I hadn't thought about it, and it made me realize that by agreeing to be on this team to support each other, part of that support is coming to practice and facing that idea that any one of us could be picked off next.
Like Meg, I hadn't realized when I joined the team that I'd have to face the possibility of the cancer returning in my teammates. I turned to Linda, who's been a breast cancer survivor for 9 years and a member of Pink Phoenix for 8 years. Linda is one of the most positive and enthusiastic women on our team, and it's her voice from the front of the boat that we hear encouraging us to push ourselves and paddle hard to the finish line.
That's my goal, is to get us to all work together, from the caller to the tiller to the 20 paddlers. I want to bring out the dragon in every single paddler. I say, find your dragon, find the grizzly bear, be ferocious, be strong, be mighty, and reach forward, take another inch in front, and bring us across the finish line. I hope I inspire them to do that as a team, all working together.
I was hoping that she would tell me that time would ease the fear.
I think of recurrence every single day of my life. I think that every survivor will tell you that that's exactly how they feel, that it's sheer terror at the thought of getting the disease back again. Usually when a recurrence happens, it comes back with such a vengeance that it's very difficult to beat. And as we bury our sisters from our team, our hearts break. But I can tell you that every person, I believe, is saying inside of themselves, thank God it is not me. Please, God, don't let it be me next.
Talking about the possibility of recurrence is one thing, but seeing the actuality of it is something completely different. This is Cedar. She is 34 years old, a member of Pink Phoenix, and is going through her second bout of breast cancer.
As scared as I was the first time around, and as scary as a lot of the things were that went along with it, I didn't ever think that anything was going to happen to me. And getting a stage 4 diagnosis is definitely different from that. And I would give anything to be able to stick around to see my kids grow up, and just simple things that other people take for granted.
This is what I was afraid of. And then Cedar reminded me of something that I experienced with my own cancer treatment, but had forgotten.
For the most part, I feel okay. I mean, I guess I don't feel most days, even on the days that I feel sick to my stomach or that I feel like I don't really have any energy. I guess I don't really picture myself as unwell. I have been very grateful that nobody has given me any numbers at all, because I don't want them. When people get really dramatic or act like I'm just, ready to keel over at any second, I have to just roll my eyes and think, oh my gosh, just could you at least pretend to be positive or something,
Most of my teammates have some fear of recurrence, but they don't let that fear get in the way of living their lives. What I noticed was their compassion, their strength, and their sense of humor really kept the fear from taking hold of them. This is Marilyn. She's been a member of Pink Phoenix since 1998.
Even though I'm constantly reminded of the possibility of recurrence, I feel like when I come down here, there's a sisterhood and I can share my deepest feelings. My friends who haven't had cancer don't want to hear about this. They don't want to think about death and so on. I could sum it up in 4 F's. Fun, fitness, friendships, and fame. I've got a whole wall full of medals. I like the medals. It makes me feel like I'm living my life again.
In the end, I'm lucky. I am surrounded by wise and powerful women. And the next time I get afraid, I'm just going to remember what they said.
That I could remember my strength.
We look for beating it to death, beating cancer to death with our paddle.
And that we just need to live until we die.
I'm not going to have a number in my head of an expiration date.
If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread, and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave?